Hey everybody, Wally Nichols Asset Guidance Group reaching out to you again directly to discuss why we've decided to make a change of brokers moving from Charles Schwab and Company Inc. to Interactive Brokers LLC. I'll be referring to Schwab as Schwab and Charles Schwab as Schwab, and I'll refer to Interactive Brokers as either that or IBKR as we go. But this is an important update because we're doing this to enhance your investment experience, okay? And this is a strategic decision that didn't come lightly on our part. We evaluated this for 9 months at this point, and to come to this ultimate conclusion that it's in your best interest to make the move to reduce your costs, improve your execution quality, and expand your investment opportunities globally. So let me get straight to why this uh, change is important to you, why it matters to you. Okay, you save 50% on margin rates, paying just 6% at IBKR versus on the low end at Schwab 11, on the high end at 13% at Schwab. That's important for a variety of reasons. It usually comes in, if you don't know why margin applies to you, is because that's what we need when we try you move in to hedge your account or to enhance your profitability on accounts, generally on a hedge, and uh, you have to have that. And so this is a large reason as to why many of the hedges, especially over the summer, weren't paying off is because of the high interest rate that Schwab's charging to make their revenue side. Okay, and anyway, the next point is you have access to over 150 global markets compared to just 30 with Schwab. You get a professional grade trading platform, and that's important for us. So that we, for a variety of reasons, I'll get into here in just a moment, a little bit more in depth. But the technology is vastly improved with IBKR. You get transparent pricing on trades with no hidden fees and direct cryptocurrency trading for 11 different digital assets, and that's hugely important because the industry is rapidly moving into digital assets. All right. Here's the bottom line, though, and this is a critical point. IBKR prioritizes your best execution, while Schwab's model creates potential conflicts of interest. And let me show you exactly what I mean. All right, this diagram shows a fundamental difference in how your orders are handled. When you place a trade at IBKR, they route it across diverse venues: NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, Chicago Board of Options Exchange, IEX, ARCA, just and others, just a plethora of different exchanges searching for the best price, and they're going to use whoever offers the best execution for you on that trade. Okay, Schwab, on the other hand, concentrates on their routing to just 3 or 4 market makers. It's primarily Citadel, Jane Street, and Virtue. This limited routing means less competition for your orders and potentially inferior execution. And if you want me to go into in depth on that, I can and show you the just over the several years that we've been with Schwab. A lot of the instances that I had that it was just at a gut level, I knew wasn't getting the proper price on given trades. Okay, but right now we'll just move on. And I'm not making this up. Where do we get this? These guys have to report their information. Okay, so these are the actual SEC Rule 606 reports from second quarter of 2025. These are regulatory filings that brokers have to submit, showing where their orders go and what payments they receive. Look at Schwab's report. They receive millions of dollars quarterly from these market makers. Citadel alone pays them substantial sums for order flow. These payments create an inherent conflict of interest. So you have to ask, is Schwab routing to these firms because it's best for you or because they get paid to go to those venues? And you can see this right here. It might not be so apparent to you. I can send these to you if you have to have them, but these are public records. Citadel, Virtue, Jane Street, and it tells you this is just the S&P 500 stocks. Now, if we go next, we look at IBKRs. We say that they're just for their S&P 500 stocks. It's not the same picture. Notice that there's negative numbers on here, and what does that mean? That means IBKR actually pays venues to get you a better execution price. So they're spending their money to save you money, and at that point, the difference couldn't be clearer. So following the money tells the whole story. IBKR pays about $22 per 100 shares to get you better execution. That's their cost, not yours. This creates minimal conflicts of interest because they're aligning with getting you the best price per trade, whereas Schwab receives between $1 and $9 million per quarter in payment for order flow. While that's legal, it also creates potential conflicts where Schwab might prioritize their revenue over your best execution. We don't want that, all right? Direct cost savings, let's talk about that. And you'll see immediately. Look at this margin rate comparison. IBKR starts around 6%, while Schwab ranges from 11 to 13%. If you ever use margin, and we do on hedges, and that's a lot of the reason I said earlier that some of the hedges didn't work out the way that we wanted them to over the summer, because this interest rate is just too much, all right? That's potentially thousands of dollars saved annually. Options commissions are about 15 to 65 cents at IBKR versus a flat 65 cents at Schwab. There's no account transfer fee at IBKR, while Schwab is charging $50, and these savings add up fairly quickly, all right? Let's talk about global access with IBKR. You're not limited to US markets. You have access to 150 markets worldwide across 34 countries, trading in 28 different currencies. Compare that to Schwab's roughly 30 markets. That means you can buy Toyota directly on the Tokyo Exchange, Nestle in Switzerland, or emerging market opportunities as they arrive, all without the limitation of fees of ADRs or US listed funds. It's a big deal, especially as the dollar continues to be devalued. The opportunities are just becoming global. We have to look elsewhere outside the domestic shores to get them. Trading technology, IBKR's is professional grade automation capabilities, and we're developing those rapidly so that we can hook in and talk to me, give me a call. I'll tell you why this is important. The NASDAQ applied to the SEC to move many of their securities onto the blockchain. That means they're going to be available 24/7 and at least 5 days a week. And so that's going to influence the markets. We need that ability to stay up with markets. And I'll call me and I'll explain to you why if this is unclear to you. But think about it. Look, if these are trading 24/7, these aren't the futures market. These are cash markets. And so already the overnight trade influences the 9:30 to 4 p.m. Cash trade. The overnight trade in futures does. So if they're actually trading these on the chain overnight, then you need to have something that's automated that jumps in and makes a trade when it sees it. We cannot do that with Schwab. We can with IBKR have something that's automated, jumps in, notices these things, and makes a trade to correct or prevent a drawdown. Okay. So we have API access, advanced risk management tools. Schwab's Thinkorswim is adequate for basic needs, but it's limited in features, focused almost entirely, primarily on U.S. markets. The iRebal issues. Bottom line, look, guys, I can on IBKR, I can handle an account, or I can handle multiple accounts, all on one single screen, where it takes 4 to 6, often at least 5. 3 to 5 tabs, even on the simplest changes in Schwab. The technology is outdated. It was the reason they bought TD Ameritrade was to get iRebal. That was before the pandemic. All right, so it's already 5 years on. The world's changed dramatically. The technology is the 20 teens. They haven't updated it, and they're slowly making incremental changes. A quote from a Schwab personnel that we spoke with was, Schwab, yesterday's technology, tomorrow. Says it all, okay? And anyway, so these superior tools at IBKR allows us to manage your portfolio more effectively. We can implement sophisticated strategies, provide better risk management, all right? Let's go on to digital asset. If you're interested in digital assets, and you should be, IBKR offers direct trading of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and 9 other forms of digital asset. You actually own the asset. At Schwab, we could only provide you exposure through ETFs. This was causing a lot of volatility over the summer, and and that was making a lot of people uncomfortable. You need exposure to those areas, but you need it in better ways than simply ETFs. You need to be able to own the actual assets. Okay, so you need to be buying the crypto itself, the cryptocurrency itself, not buying fund shares all the way around, and that includes commodities, etc. And we can engage in foreign exchange trading. That's important to you because, as the dollar continues to be devalued, we need to go into these other arenas in order to keep pace. All right. So all in all, these improvements translate directly to better service for you, enhanced portfolio management through real-time monitoring, sophisticated risk management tools, improved reporting with detailed analytics, complete transparency, comprehensive tax reporting. I can't tell you how many times I've run across, and it's irritating every time, Schwab would report to me on a trade that they couldn't find the cost basis for the trade when we initiated the initial transaction to get that security through Schwab platform. So when it comes tax time, uh, it comes across on the reports for your tax preparer as though you had a zero basis in this security, and so it's 100% capital gain. That's not good. That's not good, and especially if it's a short-term trade, it's ordinary income, and so it looks like 100% of that, and it's not right. So I'll leave it at that. Okay. Anyway, institutional quality tools at IBKR allows us to provide you with a level of service that is just not possible at Schwab. Bottom one is it's really easier to make the transition. Change. Nobody wants change. It can be concerning. We don't like it, but the first change to Schwab was forced on us. We loved TD, then we had to fold ourselves into Schwab. Yeah. So anyway, we're out of Schwab at this point. Now I can, so I want to walk you through the seamless transition. So week one, we'll handle the account opening. That you can work with Jared on that. He knows these forms like the back of his hands to get you through that real fast. Weeks 2 and 3, we'll initiate the asset transfer through the ACAT system. 3 and 4 cover settlement and verification. And week 4, we'll provide you any training and support you might need. So the transfer is as is, no selling, no tax consequences, minimal disruption. We handle everything for you, except we can't fill out the application for you. IBKR requires you to do that, and then it's submitted with electronic signature at that point. It's all electronic unless you've got a trust, but everything is electronic. It's real. It doesn't take a long time to do it, probably less than 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the max. And that gets done. And so it's seamless and transparent to you from behind you. So summarize everything. IBKR wins on execution quality, cost structure, global market access, technology, transparency, cryptocurrency options, while Schwab offers simplicity and familiarity for basic U.S. focused needs. The advantages of IBKR are clear. So my recommendation as your fiduciary advisor, this move to IBKR is clearly in your best interest. It is not in your pecuniary best interest to remain at Schwab. Next steps, simple. Schedule a consultation with us to discuss your situation. Call us with any questions or concern you might have, or request a detailed analysis for your particular portfolio, and we'll go there. But I want to assure you the transition is smooth and beneficial for you. Change is about optimizing your wealth, not just managing it. And so thanks again for trusting Asset Guidance Group with your financial future. Let's connect soon to move forward this important enhancement to your investment experience. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll look forward to speaking with you soon.